Good morning, fellow option traders. This is Jeff, and welcome to the Daily Scan for Wednesday, January 24th. Or January. June 24th, 2015. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. It's going to be one of those days, I can tell that right now. Okay. Yesterday's announcements, for the most part, were either missed, fell short, or came in the bottom of the predicted range, except for new home sales, which was looked fairly robust compared to everything else. Today we have GDP, which is a biggie, and a petroleum status report, and then we got Greece, which I guess there's no deal. So let's jump over here to take a look at the futures here. Big bulletin up here. U.S. stock futures fall short. Creditors did not accept the Greek proposal. But I was trying to do two things at once here. Here we're looking at, this just came in because it is now, I guess, 6 o'clock. So at 6 o'clock we start getting this, which shows us the U.S. futures. But let's take a look at Asia. Modestly bullish for the most part. And Europe, which is decidedly bearish. And what do we have here? Yes, the FTSE looked good, and then probably that Greek announcement came out, and things are sinking fast. And it's only noon, and it's only noon if we look down here at the time. So it's lunchtime. Heading to the pub. Okay. Or to the cafe and have a glass of wine with your lunch. Sounds good. Okay, I digress considerably. Let's take a look at what is happening here. Alright, we are looking a little bit down here, and increasing, because I think what I saw on the other page was like 0.2, and now we're already up to 0.3, almost across the board here. Gold is at 1178, nothing real exciting going on there. Oil's at 61.58, up a tad. The dollar's at 95. Got a little fuzz in my eyes here. Pretty much holding steady lately. I mean, there's not a whole heck of a lot of movement in this recently. And the VIX is at 12.11. Pretty dang low. Pretty dang low. And of course, you know what that means. That means that there's not a lot of juice in iron condors and credit spreads, but maybe a little bit more, especially calendars. A little bit more hope in those. So let's take a look at, rearrange things here a little bit. What I did was I just went over here and I said group symbols by spreads, and then I added these stock and single here. And then covered, of course, there's no covered because you have to enter the trade as a covered call trade, for example. So I have the stocks up here, and basically, well, they end up with this. This is a money market, which is really kind of strange because it shows nothing in it. I think that's like overnight, is what that is. So I think here's probably the total amount here of cash. And gold shares, and then the speculative drug company here, which isn't really going anywhere, but there's no use selling it because there isn't a whole heck of a lot tied up into that. And then we have the butterflies down here, which are negative delta. And the verticals, which are a mix trying to be delta neutral. And then we have the calendars, which are negative delta as well, which is these were looking for downside movement. Butterflies were supposed to be looking for upside movement, but we haven't initiated that yet in our live account. I did yesterday in paper money. We'll take a look at that. All right, I did close the July 1. Let's take a look here. Okay, so yesterday, the 23rd, I closed this. So this trade, remember, I rolled this 1965 to 1945 here for less money, but ultimately the entire condor was profitable because we ended up with $120, and then we take this 90 away, so we ended up $30 positive on that ultimately. So I closed both these legs yesterday and entered an iron condor, a 10 delta iron condor on SPX at 21.95 and 20.05. So let's jump over to the big chart. And here it is on the weeklies, and if we can try to pick it out here, it's right here is the July 4, 21.95, and here's the July 4, 20.05. And here is our, I think this is a butterfly down here that is probably not going to work out. We have another week on it yet. And if we were to look at this on a daily chart, here's yesterday, and I think we're going to end up with a red candle today. That's entirely possible. All right, go back to the week here. There we go. Very nice. So we're doing just swimmingly with our iron condors here. We're not overnight millionaires, but yeah, we're doing pretty nice. And we'll jump over here to paper money. Right here. Let me make that a little bit bigger here. Need to cover up the other one. There we go. Okay, so here we have also have this count page broken up the same way. We have a butterfly on IWM, which is positive delta, so we're thinking that the Russell is going to move up, and we have a calendar and a SPY. We think it's going to move down. So during the big pop yesterday is when I entered this calendar. So let's take a look. Analyze IWM. Here it is right here. It's already moving smartly up here. It costs us $1.09, and it's worth $1.07 right now. Here it is live, and here up here it is live. So max profit could be as much as $190, but here's what I'm doing. I'm only expecting $50 from this. Oops, you can't see this, can you? Okay, there we go. I can get this over here too. There, that's better. I have an order on both of these for after I make $50 after a $50 gain on both the SPY and IWM. I have good till cancel orders sitting in there ready to go. So it's sort of like on autopilot. Don't have to touch it. If it doesn't make it, if they end up being losers, then they end up being losers. There's not much I can do about that. Here is SPY, SPY is right here. A little calendar looking for movement to the downside, all within the standard deviation for this expiration, which is the normal July expiration for both of these. So this one standard deviation is here, and that's the same thing for IWM. One standard deviation. So sort of in the meaty part of a bullish movement on IWM, and on the spiders, bearish movement. So that's just kind of like what we're looking for there, just based on what we saw in the charts yesterday as we took a look at that. And that's what I did yesterday. Sound like the song yesterday. Oh, never mind. I won't sing. You really don't want me to sing. I close this one up here. And gold. This is our short call on gold, and we're at 9.5 cents right now. So now it's starting to look like maybe we might think about rolling that. So this is right now at 120. 120. Let's look at August, just for fun here. A 120 call is currently at 44 cents. Oh my God. Let's look at September. Jeez. 120. This is pretty sad. Makes it very difficult to make any money on this. So if I was to do anything, I may just waiting till the July expiration. If it expires for nothing, I don't like doing that, because this will be worth much less than 84 cents. All things remaining the same, unless of course GLD moves up. I may wait for it to get down to a nickel though. See, I got $1.05 for it last time, so if I wait for it to get down to a nickel or less, at least I can close that one for no transaction costs, and then maybe pop for something here and maybe pull 80 cents out of it and help me get close to break even based on the current price. That would be okay with me. Alright, let's shoot over to our A+ list. Now I think I figured out how to get this to sort right. So I'm going to check this. Alright, and check this here. I'm going to say no sorting. Now I can get these to end up together, like NDX and Qs are together, the Russell and IWM are together, and the SPs are all together, which they would have been anyway. But okay, so that's to get it to work that way. Let's shoot right over. I just kind of like stumbled around with what I wanted to say there. Let's head right into our scan. I think I want to move this back just a tad. Oops, this way. Okay, Apple, not interested in it, not making any movement. I would see, Amazon's looking pretty good right now. A big move. What happened with Amazon? I don't know. Something happened. I'm not real pleased with buying stuff from them now, because now I have to pay tax. But they throw a couple people in the state of Ohio, and in a deal that they probably made with the governor, and so that the governor can collect tax, and he's probably very, very happy about that. So the rumor is that, well, he started up a call center, so Joe Blow sitting down in his basement in his underwear is getting a few calls a day as customer support or something like that. So now they can collect tax in Ohio. Jeez. All very quiet. Did you read anything about it anywhere? Did you hear about it on the news? I didn't hear anything about it on the news. It was in the newspaper, but I don't know that it was a big deal on the news. Anyway, Amazon's looking pretty good, so we have to wait for it to give us some, a couple of cycles here just to prove that it really is going to make a move, because we have kind of a resistance up here. So we're looking at possibly a new high coming up. BIDU, it's just kind of drifting upwards. Probably wouldn't be a bad candidate for a butterfly somewhere up there. We could throw a channel up here and then kind of pick where this might be. Let's see, where should we start? Should we start here? Yeah, we want to be kind of modest about that. So if we were to say go out to next expiration, we'd probably want to pick one around the 220 level. So that would be July 220, and that would be a call, of course. Butterfly. That may be fun. I'll take a look at that today and see how that looks. Okay, moving right along. Chipotle. Chipotle gave me a little bit of a head fake here. We might be coming back down here and approaching break even. That would be so nice. Needs a big move today though. Costco. Now it's coming back down. This is no longer valid. I'm going to remove everything here and just start over with this little nightmare. We have an uptrend, but the price is moving down. Overall, downtrend. Maybe something a little bit more modest, but after just being burnt by it, I'm just going to lay back, give it another day or two. Peek at the Dow. Still having a hard time with this little piece of resistance here, even though it popped above it. Still having problems with it. Came back, retesting again. See if it can. Let's see what it's going to do. There's no way I'm going to predict what it's going to do. Boink, boink, boink. Wow. That's all I can say about gold. Boink, boink, boink. Google broke through, and it looks like it's going to continue. So Google's looking nice and strong. Google's going to take over the earth. Okay, LinkedIn, looking very tired here. But there's no way that I can even guesstimate where it's going to go, if it's going to go anywhere. NDX, we saw what we did with it in paper money. No, we didn't do anything on the Qs. I stand corrected. Didn't do anything on the Qs in paper money. Let's jump down to Netflix. I was thinking about it, but I didn't. Okay, Netflix. I want to take a look at overnight here, because I heard that they're going to have a stock split. And yes, it made a nice move up to 705. Closed here at 681 and made a nice $20 move. So I think they're having and it disappoints me, 7-to-1 stock split or something like that. Yeah, 7-for-1 stock split. That's a bummer. It's going to drop off of our radar screen because of that, because it's going to be under $100. I don't know why they would do that. I just don't understand. Very disappointing. Okay. Netflix, let's go to Priceline. price line is still drifting downward. I mean, look at it. We're not in anything on price line, are we? Oh, yes, we are. Yes, we are. We have calendar on it. Calendar is at 1140 for July. Let's go back to the charts. 1140. Yeah, there it is right there. 1140 for July. So we're hoping that the movement isn't as steep as what we're showing here with this channel. That it does a little bit of a recover and then continues down. That's the way it behaves quite frequently. Here's the Russell, and we did pick out that trade on IWM with a butterfly, and we already looked at the SPX, and we'll jump right to Tesla and call it a day. Tesla looking pretty strong yesterday. Don't see a real trade here either. So that's pretty much it for today. The spreadsheet is up on the blog even as we speak. So if you want it, go get it so you can take a look at it a little bit closer. So thank you very much for watching. Have a great day and happy trading.